now.
As the UAW ramps up the pressure,
our stand-up strike strategy is designed to do one thing: win record contracts after years of record profits.
tonight's newest rounds of stand-ups is stopping the flow of parts to dealerships across the country. GM and Stellantis in the crosshairs.
Stellantis and GM in particular are going to need some serious pushing.
But Ford, at least for now, gets a reprieve.
The UAW's latest strike action just sent more than 5,000 workers to the picket lines. In Michigan alone, 13 GM and Stellantis facilities, which deal with parts distribution, have been called on to strike out of 38 total across the country. Good to have you with us, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Both General Motors and Stellantis say the offers they've given the UAW are historic and mean thousands of dollars in workers' pockets. Mara McDonald live at GM World Headquarters tonight. GM calls what the UAW did today unnecessary. Mara.
Devin, it also says this: it is outright questioning whether what's happening with these contracts is really about the contracts or is it about political or personal ideology. Let me show you. Tonight, GM saying in part it questions whether, quote, the UAW leadership is manipulating the bargaining process for their own personal agenda. GM has spent the week trying to appeal directly to workers, showing them what that 20% wage increase, faster path to maximum wage, and other goodies like 5 weeks of vacation would do for them. Very similar over at Stellantis, where it, quote, strongly rejects the claims made today by UAW President Shawn Fain. In fact, we presented a very competitive offer and yet never received a response.
Our stand-up strike strategy is designed to do one thing: win record contracts after years of record profits.
Ford saw no further targeted strikes today because the UAW is pleased with progress there. Today's move is meant to make you, the consumer, feel the parts pinch. Will they? Both GM and Stellantis say the companies have contingency plans in place to protect their customers, but the UAW has now expanded its strike targets well beyond the Midwest. Back here live, so looking ahead to next week, here's what's happening. The president is coming on Tuesday to apparently go to the picket line to meet with workers. Meanwhile, former President Trump is coming to Detroit on Wednesday to talk to auto workers as well. But the big question is this: so what happens next week if the UAW doesn't think it's seeing the progress that it wants to see? Are we going to see another round of these targeted strikes announced next Friday? Now, Shawn Fain has not ruled out the idea of shutting everything down. But the way he presented this initially, he sees this building as a wave. Besides, if you put everybody out on a walkout, that's going to put a serious drag on the UAW's strike fund. We're live at GM World Headquarters tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Great point. All right, Mara.